speaker. I have to say, when you read his CV, that's kind of impressive, and you know that he has really a good nose for opportunities. Under his leadership, Europe's most successful website builder was launched, and his company partnered with other companies just like Open Exchange or ePages, and I would love to bet on that he's good friends with Christian Böing. Let's just say it that way. Now, opportunities, challenges, and survival tactics now presented to you. Please come in, take a seat by the CEO of 1&1. Please welcome Robert Hoffmann.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you very much. Hopefully I can deliver what she sold. So I'm very pleased and happy to share with you maybe my personal and also our view on one of the biggest opportunities we jointly have. You heard a lot about the opportunities we have in our markets, and I'm going to share with you our thoughts on something which we often talk about, but I think we didn't solve it as a team. It's the opportunity of the small business market, and I will explain you during my presentation why I called it the survival of the fittest. But before I start to share with you my personal view on that market opportunity, I would like to start with my personal experience being a small business owner, and be sure that's the only thing I'm going to talk to you from my perspective. It's an ugly slide, and we did it ugly. It's Windows 95, maybe you remember that. That is how I started my own small business company. It was 1993. I was studying economics in Cologne, and I was trying to import vending machines from US and from Spain to the German market. That sounds very technical, that also looks very professional, but the company just holds 3 people. So you see on the right hand what you could say intelligence tool set I was using. Beside the Windows 95, it was finally Bildschirmtext or Datex J. You maybe all remember that was my access to new leads. So instead of taking the look to the yellow pages, I used Bildschirmtext to acquire new customers. I was using CompuServe because the internet wasn't that these days what it is today. And later, at a later stage, when I also did some revenue, I also bought a software from KHK, which is now Sage, a small business ERP system, and I left away the Windows package. What I'm willing to tell to you here with that picture is, I think even 25 years later, that picture didn't change for a lot of small business customers. We did a survey last year with small business companies, how they run their business. And since I don't have it on a slide, I tell it you right now. The most used system to do purchasing was pen and paper. This is where the small business is in reality. So we as an industry obviously didn't solve the problems in the past 25 years. And let me deep dive in a little bit now more into the actual status of small business, how we serve the small business area as an industry, and what we can do to really leverage this opportunity for all of us, finally to serve small businesses much better. Let's start with something which is called the cloud adaption. You all are aware of that in the consumer area, we all use clouds in some way. We store our photos there, we do WhatsApp, whatever we do, the cloud adaption of all consumers is around 55%, and if it's coming to young consumers, the cloud adaption is already 70%. In comparison to that, the cloud adaption rate, so using any cloud service of small business companies, is very poor. It's 26%. So that's showing that these types of companies I'm talking about, and I'm really talking about the micro businesses, the self-employed people. They don't use the cloud yet. And the question is, why don't they do? And the main reason is because they don't care. They don't see any value of that, because small businesses, and I can reflect on my own small business I used to run 25 years ago. They are not focused on digitalization, on digital transformation, all the buzzwords we know from the enterprise sector. 78% of the small business companies want to take more time to focus on their core business. They don't want to spend more time on digitalization or using the tool stuff we want to sell to them. No, they want to get rid of all that stuff because they want to focus on their business. Just take an example to online marketing. Small business companies don't see a value of online marketing because 77% of them say word of mouth is their most important way to acquire, to attract customers. Yeah, you know that. They are just driven by recommendations. So who would you take an example? If you want to hire a nanny, take that example. Yeah, do you do that by evaluating advertisings, or do you just ask somebody around the door, well, who could take care for my kids? Of course, you would always do this on trust, and that's the same for the business. Who would you ask, or how would you acquire or ask for your legal support, or for your accountant, or for your architect, or whatever service you are looking for? People are buying this stuff driven by word of mouth. And even 31% of the small businesses are afraid to use digital tools because they observe themselves not to have the right skills to use this stuff which we try to sell to them. So I think that's very clear. And let's take a look how we were able to serve this market. And since it's very difficult, of course, to see the full cloud adaption to the market, I took the market which we are all talking about for the last days here, the domain market, the hosting market. I just take these two figures. I've heard that you were presented as of today, well, there is a huge opportunity in selling further domains. But look to that picture. We have 330 domains out there globally, serving 125 million small businesses. And I think all know you can leave away the mid-sized companies or the enterprises. Knowing that not all small businesses are served by a website, but 50 to 70%, depending on the market, you see, well, it will be very tough to sell more domains to small businesses. And even if you look to the newly founded businesses, which is one of the key drivers to sell new domains for all of us, we have 86 million new registered domains every year and 30 million new founded SMBs. So it becomes very obvious that this domain, selling domains, is not the opportunity to grow and to support small businesses in a better way. But let's take a look what we could sell. And here's the comparison of us as an industry, what we are selling to small businesses, and on the opposite, on the right side, you can see what they are willing to buy, or what their ability is to buy. We as an industry are serving small business on average with 15 euros or even dollars per month per small business. That's our average. Yeah, we have companies which are even below that. And on the other hand, small businesses, if you add all the services which they are consuming, which they need to start up their business, to run their business, or even grow their business, it's a total potential of $830 per month, which we could sell. So if you compare this picture with the picture I have shown just a minute ago, where is the bigger opportunity? Selling additional domains, or serving additional and selling and serving small businesses in the right way to use really digital stuff to run their business and grow their business? I would try to make it even better to understand. Take the size of the market we all are serving. Take the overall domain and hosting market, which is $12 billion annually or has been in, or euro in 2016. It's a huge market, and none of us is doing more than 1 billion. Yeah? So it's a huge market. But on the other hand, there is a market of 614 billion, so close to 60 times bigger than the market I'm showing on the left, which we could address if we would be able to. So again, which picture is, or which part of the picture is more appealing to you if it comes to our joint future to serve these small businesses? We have voices in the market which are saying the small business applications market, which I'm showing on the right, is the biggest single market globally, because there is no other market which out of one platform, out of one software can be served globally in comparison to the small business application market. You know, telco, for example, is on similar size level, but of course you have 200 different telco markets, different regulation, different technology, different networks. You don't need a network to serve this market. Yeah? It's all the same standard. Yeah. So even if, of course, legally and commercial-wise, you need to adapt to the local markets, this market can be served globally out of one platform. So it's really one of the biggest market opportunities we all have. What is backing this growth development? And we have 3 mega trends which are backing this market development, so which assure that this market will develop. First of all, mobile usage. You all are aware of that mobile search already surpassed desktop usage in 2016. And if you compare our market delivery, our joint industry delivery towards small businesses with this demand, I think we all need to say, well, that's really poor. Even if we all say today mobile optimized website builders and stuff like that, we don't support small businesses to make use out of the mobile usage of their consumers in an appropriate way. So that's a big opportunity, and these small businesses will find the right solution to serve mobile usage. Cloud adaption, I already mentioned that. Cloud adaption is extremely poor in the small business area. People fear still to put their data in the cloud, but they all know, 91% of the small businesses know that cloud is necessary in the future to run their business. So the question is, do we find the right approach to serve them, to serve their cloud adaption, which will come for sure. And the third thing, from my perspective, is the most important driver for future growth in small business. It's artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has the potential to optimize business processes, I would call it technically, for small business owners in a disruptive way. If you observe, and we did that intensively, if you observe the business processes of small business owners, and I still take my example of mentioning how they do purchasing, doing this through pen and paper, evaluating what they have on stock, and then sending out their purchase list. Yeah? Not like the big companies using ERP and all this stuff. Yeah? And you see the opportunity how artificial intelligence can disrupt that, really using intelligent technology to automatically orchestrate their supply, or automatically use, for example, a smartphone to scan a document and to pay it. So to combine different business processes, I'm extremely sure, and a lot of investors are also, that these digital trends will support small business digitalization. So how do we serve this as an industry? And this is our joint picture. We as an industry are all thrilled by these opportunities, but we present ourselves being extremely fragmented, and we all, even myself, we all explain the stuff extremely technical. We talk about CRM. We are saying, well, which type of website builder do you want to have? Or what type of security solution do you want to have? Instead of explaining how to become present, how to run your business, how to grow your business, so how to solve the problem of a small business owner, instead of just selling him a technical product which we were able to develop somehow. And beside the language issue, it's also that no small business owner on earth can find the right solution for his purpose out of these 10,000 of solutions. Yeah, it's absolutely impossible. So that I'm still here in the problem mode. Yeah. So how do we solve that? I think you can start to imagine. Of course, we need to reduce complexity in presence, but also in accessing these customers and to really solve their problems instead of creating a decision problem to them. What does it really need to serve this market well? And again, we ask the customers. We ask them, well, what are your key demands if you want to use digital services from us as an industry? And it's funny to say that usability, which is obvious that we as an industry need to overcome our traditional way of putting things in our control panels, expecting that people are able to configure whatever they should use and then to run it somehow towards, you want a solution, give us your credentials, and then you got it, this solution. Usability is not the key driver for success. It's only 50%. It's number 3. But what are numbers 1 and 2? Number 1 is expert support. And I'm claiming that even if I would expect that everybody of you knows that your customers and our customers need support. Especially if our solutions are that technical like they are, people need our support to set up their business, to run their business. And if you observe how many of our customers are finally not buying the products directly at us as an industry, but using a guy next door, using a whatever agency to get their website built, to set up their email product, to set up their search engine optimization, or even to set up their accounting software, then you see, well, since our products are still that poor, we need expert support, and that's their core demand. But why I'm claiming that? Because I'm observing that a lot of companies are drilling down their support. They're saying, well, please help yourself, and if you want to ask us, write an email, or we chat with you. And I'm telling you guys, well, if you want to serve small businesses right, you need to be open-minded, and you need to have an open ear for your customers and help them with the products you're selling. And in the middle, you see the second biggest demand from small business customers, which I think is reflecting on the picture I have shown before. They want a single partner. They don't want to have 5 or 10 partners to run their application, to run their business. They want one single partner. And that's the reason why so many of our customers are using digital agencies or integration partners or whatever, even if they don't want to pay therefore. But they need them because they are not able to maintain 5 or 10 different application products individually. So here is the opportunity for us as an industry. Support your customers. Be a partner really to solve the different items and problems of your customers, and of course, improve in usability. So that sounds very easy, but here comes the next challenge and also opportunity. Every small business has finally individual demands and needs. 125 million small business customers, and not one of them is equal to another. Yeah. You have people which are just started as a hobby and now start to make their living out of it. Yeah. You have people who were maybe just convinced by their friends to run a business. Yeah. You have people which are doing what they love, their passion, and say, well, I want to do that. Yeah. I want to do advertising. Then you have people which say, well, I run my business and somebody told me you have to have that, whether it's a website, search and optimization, cloud edition, whatever. Yeah. I don't care for it, but somebody told me I need that. Yeah. Guess what involvement this person will have to really set up his website. Yeah. You have people who don't want to grow. That was something which really surprised us last year. We have really companies, 1/3 of the small business owners say, well, growth is not my problem, because growth will mean I will need to hire people and I will need to invest. No, I'm happy with the business you are in. Guess what happens if you talk to these people about, well, how to grow your business, do online marketing? No. Remember what I said in the beginning. These people, 78%, want to spend more time on their business instead of spending time on our tools. And finally, also our language, here comes it back again. Website builder doesn't sound like an individual website. So nobody wants a website builder. People want, and to use a claim of one of our main competitors, they want a stunning website. And that's why Wix is selling successfully. Because they deliver what people are demanding, or they promise what people are demanding. And you can check it yourself how far you can get it. So, that's big opportunity. And now comes the ultimate challenge. We as an industry, as 10,000 players, are serving this market, and we have to think about who is our competition, what is our competition, what is our competitive environment serving this market. I mentioned in the beginning, 600 billion euro of revenue, and not only us, you are seeing that opportunity. And I take just one example. On the left side, you see again, we as an industry with 10,000 players were able to finally, in 15 years, deploy 330 million domains and maybe to deploy 70 million of small business websites. And Facebook, in the meantime, with only 5 years' time, I would say, mainly, was able to create 1.6 billion presence accounts and already support 50 million Facebook business pages. So the question is really, what do you think the industry will look like in 5 years' time? I think you all know that Google launched their domain service 2 years ago, and it's one of the fastest growing domain registrars in the world. Google already launched a website builder product, even if I would say it's somehow poor from customer experience. It's not a matter of, or not a question whether Google will have the money to build an appropriate website builder product. So even if I don't mention Google here, I mention Facebook. Here we have two competitors which are shining up on the horizon, and where we as an industry have to think about how can we compete against these global platforms as an industry. So what do we need to do? We need to act jointly as one team. It's a huge market, and we all can benefit from that market. But therefore, and that's our approach, how we see the market, we need to establish much stronger and much better partnerships than we used to do in the past. If we want to solve this problem, we as an industry need to become the trusted partner in whatever customer-facing contact we are serving this market for the different platforms, products, and tools which help us to serve small business needs. There is no company on earth, I'm totally convinced, there's no company on earth which can fulfill all these demands on its own. Google is not able to solve that problem. Facebook is not able to solve that problem. So why should an average web hosting company should be able to serve all the customer demands of these 125 million small businesses, demanding a lot of stuff from presence to online marketing to accounting in whatever region, in whatever vertical? There is no single company who can serve that. But we as an industry, if we are able to establish partnerships, whether it's taking the API standard from Odin, using open APIs, and I'm not the technician to define that, but I'm saying we as an industry need to stay together and deploy that partnership model, because otherwise we will fail to serve this great opportunity serving the $600 billion market globally in the upcoming 5 years. And I want to end with this woman, because what is a better reason than to serve the biggest market, or one of the biggest markets globally, one of the fastest growing markets globally, where we can all benefit from. And it's just about how to treat these customers right, talk their language, and partner in a way that we can establish such a stunning market jointly. And I'm looking forward with all of you to establish this business model in the upcoming years and to leverage this opportunity to serve this woman and all the other business owners out there, because I used to start my own business 25 years ago, so I'm still thrilled to solve this problem, which we didn't solve as an industry in the past 25 years. Thank you very much.